Benidorm strikes hard on the illegal electric scooters inside of the city. A tragical, absolutely, event that scared quite a lot of people in Benidorm, Rincon, Deloitte. Things to do in Benidorm and weather forecast for the end of September. Stay tuned. Let's begin today's Benidorm news update. First of all, we are already heading towards the end of September. The peak season is gone. It was July and August months. We are heading towards the end of September, the 20th of this month, and as for now it was still quite busy, but you can see that it's not overcrowded and overwhelming any longer. Hotels still have quite a lot of tourists inside. It's around 86 more or less percent of capacity of occupancy here in Benidorm accommodation options, which is quite a lot. So plenty of tourists still about and around. There's also quite a few events that are happening right now. This Sunday, so literally in 2 days' time, we will have a very special event that has been here for quite a few years. It is called En Primera Línea, which is the solidarity event. It is a run, it is a march, it is a Nordic walk, it is children's games to the event to help children with cancer and families who have kids with cancer with a specific association, or we've been collaborating with it for the past few years. And this year is no exception. We will also be participating with our family. We'll be doing a march on 5 kilometers, just like fast walking. And next year, probably I will be running the 5Ks for this good cause. If you want to participate the same day, you can register by the town hall. You just have to come slightly earlier, starting from 7 in the morning, to register and pick up your number and a t-shirt if you want to participate in this incredible event. There's going to be also cocktail contest, which will end up quite soon in a few days time. So if you didn't try these just yet, on the Visit Benidorm official website you have a full list of all the places who actually are participating. It's around 13 of them. Some rooftop bars, some of your favorite pubs and bars in Benidorm actually created a brand new cocktail that you're able to try out with and without alcohol too. Both options are equally valid. Then we have the Mobility Week, European Mobility Week. By the way, during this week, all the public transport is free of charge for all those who move here around the city with the buses. And plus, we have a specific app that counts our steps when we are in Benidorm, which is great because we're anxious to see if we might win this Mobility Week. Who knows? Also, we will have the Enchanted Circus up until the 21st, which is this weekend. So last days to enjoy some unusual circus performance if you are here and you're willing to do something special in the evening time. And up until 22nd, it's going to be the Walk Your City that we've just mentioned for you. So plenty of things to do and quite interesting ones. Let's continue with two main news. One of them is about the invasion of the electric scooters. As you all know, there's plenty of brand new mobility devices that's being created to help people to actually get to their needed destination points without the necessity of car or even a bicycle. Obviously, we have mobility scooters, which are not the same thing. These are for people over a specific age who have difficulties in walking. But the electric scooters are these ones, the typical ones that you can rent out to move around the area. Many people use it, those who live in Benidorm, to move to school, from school to work, from work to go to the supermarket, anywhere they need, as an alternative to the vehicle. However, you need to meet some specific requirements for it, and this is why in all the police controls, there's quite a lot of them in Benidorm lately. There have been 450 electric scooters that have been taken away from their supposed to be owners in Benidorm. And why did this happen, you ask? Well, first of all, two main reasons were: first, these electric scooters were manipulated. Their software and hardware, they were manipulated, and they were going with way faster speed, like a vehicle, almost 60 kilometers per hour speed, sometimes, a lot of the times, instead of the regulated one that is supposed to be. So it's twice or three times the permitted speed limit, which should not be the case, never, ever, ever. Like a vehicle, imagine that. Which is why some while ago there's been accidents and one person lost its life actually with this type of scooter because it was going way faster than it's stipulated and permitted by law because it had this software modification. Other people didn't have a helmet, which is obligatory to wear in Benidorm. Others didn't have paperwork or the insurance that you need to have to be able to use these type of mobility devices. uh, Others couldn't show that it's their purchase or their parents' purchase. You have to have the documents with you because if not, they might think, oh, you just stole it and that's it. So plenty of things happening out there. Especially modifications are the most dangerous thing, or circulating through these spaces that they should not be circulating. There's a lot of areas that are pedestrian only, and bicycles and scooters are not allowed to circulate there. But for some reason, especially delivery people, they feel like they're entitled to go wherever they want, and with astronomical speeds. That is also true. So we kind of are happy that these controls are happening because those who do it the correct way, those who have all the paperwork, those who don't go too fast, those who actually do things as it should be done, they have their electric scooters and there's no issues with it. But those who do not, at least for now, they will learn how to do things the correct way because all the people, both locals and tourists here in Benidorm, have to feel safe on the streets. And if there's people going like crazy, almost 60 kilometers per hour, well, that's not a correct thing to do. At least now they know, and we will be safer on our Benidorm streets. Let's continue with the second news, which is somewhat unpleasant. Very, very rarely these things happen in Benidorm town, but when they do, obviously the whole city knows about it, and all people, because it goes to newspapers, it goes everywhere. It is a touristic destination. We have a lot of international people here, but not only tourists, also residents, or at least those who are staying temporarily here in Benidorm town, enjoying the views, good weather, nice food, great atmosphere overall, with a perfect sunny climate. This is a sad news that happened in one of the quieter areas of Rincon de Loige, as you can see here on the screen in the news. Basically, this is in one of the apartment buildings that is supposed to be residential, but there's also some shorter term rentals inside of it. And this time, these were British citizens, ladies, women. uh, there were two, three of them inside of the apartment, and one of them they're from between 60. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but between 62 and 66 years old. So advanced age women. For some reason, they've had a really, really strong discussion, an absolutely astronomical size discussion. People were hearing them yelling inside of the apartment. It's crazy. And afterwards, one of them strangled the other. And obviously, the other poor lady lost her life right there in this apartment in Benidorm. The third one alerted the police and called the police and the ambulance to try and save the friend, but by the time they arrived, it was too late already. The first person who was the one in charge of this, not sure how to even call it, um, of this thing that she did, she got arrested immediately. She is in pre-jail right now, waiting for the court and waiting for the preliminary analysis. Usually, they always bring these types of people, murderers, with ambulance into the specific health center where they check them out. They see if they are under any kind of influence, if they're drunk, etc., etc. If they're psychologic, if there's some kind of psychological damage or some issues that might show why this has happened. But so far, we don't know anything. We don't know the motives of the discussion. What we do know is that this unpleasant event has happened in Benidorm town, and hopefully, there's not going to be any of these anytime soon. But sometimes it might have been alcohol, it might have been a discussion from going on outside, speaking with someone. But what is true is that a lot of the times, people, when they come here to Spain, they let themselves relax slightly too much. they consume some substances. They not sure if that was the case though, okay? But in general, people let themselves to be slightly more free, slightly too much. They drink a lot, and a lot of the times a usual misunderstanding or something that could have been just avoided easily, or ended up easily, ends up in these types of things. So people need to be careful with the decisions that they make, because this time, not sure what happened. Maybe it's not even about that. Maybe it was just really, really bad arguing in between them. But obviously, these types of things usually um, can be avoided. Sadly, wasn't the case for this lady, and I hope she rests in peace at least right now. And I hope that the person who did it gets what she deserves, obviously. And now let's continue with the weather forecast, which is slightly more positive. Right now, it's still quite hot here in the area. It's still around 32 degrees on the sunshine, 33 real feel as nothing ever happened. Full summer with just a little bit of cooler breeze when the wind blows just the tiniest bit. This type of weather will be here up until this Sunday. Sunday midday and afternoon time, we might have some rain in the area exactly after, hopefully not during, but exactly after the Solidary run here in Benidorm. And afterwards, some clouds and mostly sunshine will be back again to our region. As for the temperatures, don't worry, it's not going to be too cold. Temperatures will drop, that is true, but it will be from 32 degrees towards like 25, 27. So even though technically it is quite a big drop, but 25, 27 is still a very good summer temperature. So it's not going to be chilly. It's not going to be really cold here still. It's just not going to be so hot any longer. And the water temperature maintains itself in around 27 degrees. So it's still great for a lovely swim in the Mediterranean Sea. Thank you for accompanying us in today's latest Benidorm news update. We wish you a lovely day, and we'll see you here on the channel this evening with a brand new video from Benidorm. Stay tuned. Bye.